Hello, I'm going to make a seminar presentation on the recovery of the reforested riparian ecosystem forest and its influence on the forest structure. Introduction. Disturbances such as flood and logging, the altered ecosystem and function of an area, causing the place to be degraded. And also, in order to restore degraded areas, it is very important to plant tree species and also protect the soil and water that are in the area. Forest structure, functionality, age, and weight of the areas are important during restoration project because they help in protecting the water and biodiversity. The objective of the study is determine if the forest structure of this fragment will change in terms of age and weight since restoration. So the hypothesis is that this structure is going to be different in terms of age. So we expect the diameter as breadth height and canopy cover to be higher in older. Also the density to be higher in the young stripes, the tree richness and abundance to be high in older stripes. Areas with high landscape heterogeneity tend to be more productive than those with low index. And this is the picture of the overview of the reservoir showing the area before restoration process. And here is the map of the location of the Volta Grange hydroelectric power plant where the study area was where the project was carried out, consisting of water, forest fragment, agriculture, and the study area. And these are the study area consisting of Nachiva, Novoro, Santa Barbara, Delta, and Figuera. And each of them consists of some forest landscape index that are found in the areas such as the forest fragments, riparian forest, sugarcane, lakes, urban area, the savanna, the pasture, and the reservoir. The Nachiva is the most one with the more forest fragment, then the Novoro, and then the other three areas. So it is very important to know that this is the method of the data collection. 4 blocks were allocated, within which 3 of the plot of 10 by 10 were demarcated to study phytosociology and litter production, making a total of 12 plots for each of the parameters to be measured. The plots were parallel and distance between them varies according to the weight of the forest. Soil were collected at depth of 0 to 20 centimeter from dry to wet season. So 3 soil samples from each 10 by 10 plots were collected, making a total of 12 replicants. Digital camera was used to evaluate the canopy opening using a tripod stand at the height of 1.3 meters and compass. Photos were taken at the end of the dry and rainy season with 3 photos per area, making a total of 72 photos. Also, GLM were used to test whether the explanatory variables influence the response variables. GLM were also used to test the explanatory variables are influenced by age and weight of the fragment. PCA analysis was also carried out, and all statistical analysis were done using the R software package. This is the result of the PCA analysis, showing that the tree height and DBH are important to the separation of Delta and Figuera. Canopy cover is important to the separation of Santa Barbara. Landscape heterogeneity index is important to the separation of Nativa. Shannon is also important to the separation of Nativa. Density is important to the separation of Noboru. So here is trying to show us the results of the tree height against the areas. The tree height, it shows that the highest significant was found in Delta compared to the other areas, while there is no significant difference between other areas. In terms of the tree density, it shows that the Nativa has the highest tree density. In terms of the DBH, it was found in the areas of Figuera with the highest DBH. Also, in terms of the canopy cover, the Santa Barbara shows the highest canopy cover. In the Shannon index, Nachiva produces the highest canopy cover while there are no significant difference between other areas. In the landscape heterogeneity index, we find the Noboro to produce the highest landscape heterogeneity index. In terms of the age, tree density, older areas of 30 years produces more tree density than the other areas. Also, in terms of the 3 dBH, areas of 10 to 20 produces the same amount of height, the same amount of dBH under the canopy cover the 10 years and the relationship between the three areas. The 10 years is have significant difference from the 20 years, while the 20 years is also the different from the other areas. Enter the Shannon. The older areas produces the Shannon, highest Shannon, and the landscape heterogeneity index, the highest was found in the areas with 20 years. The 3 dBH shows the 3 height in terms of the width shows that areas of higher width 100 and 400 produces the highest 3 height. In terms of the 3 dBH, the oldest area with the highest width produces the highest dBH. In terms of the 3 density, it was also recorded at the highest height, and also in the Shannon index, the 3 with the highest width produces the highest Shannon index. Also, this shows that the forest structure of the riparian stripes influence the response variables as well as the age and width of the areas. The project provides ecosystem services to the areas, to mention few: the improvement of the carbon structure, carbon sequestration, ecological integrity, source of food for the animals, thermal and physical and chemical balance of the water bodies. Also, special thanks goes to Almighty Allah for sparing our lives to protect and give us the wisdom to undergo this switch tax. Also to my friends and family, my university, and also to the DRE team, and also my great supervisors for helping me. And lastly, I would like to make a special call to University Federal Labor Operator for accepting me as one of its international master students. Thank you very much for watching and listening.